here we go again talking about the sunrise. And it looks like in probably 20 minutes from right now, we will have a sunrise. If it's extra nice, I'll do something about it. If it's just ordinary, well, we'll just enjoy what we've got right now. Anyway, I have a bit of a problem here. I've been up for quite a while, that's not the problem. Problem is, I sat down here, I guess an hour ago, not even, and I was going to solder up the other two ladders. I didn't do that yet, but we do have a rollback, so we can watch that. And in the rollback, we use Tony's wax pencil here. And it worked really, really well. But my problem is this. When I went to find all the parts, like I've got to make up two more ladders here, and like this. Anyway, I realized that I need a couple of platforms. The platforms that go on the bottom of the ladder are missing, or is it the ones on the top? One of the others is missing, and so I thought, I guess I left them on the sheet still, but they're not on the sheet, and I can't find them. The only thing I can think of at the moment is when I was cleaning up a little bit here, there was a few tins that were empty. At least I thought they were empty, and I threw them in the plastic bag over there that's hanging on the wall. I guess I could check that and hope that if that's where they went, well, maybe they're on the floor somewhere. But they're not on the sheet, so they got to be somewhere, and I don't see any reason why I would have nipped them off at an earlier stage in this build. What can I say? Well, I guess I can say let's roll back and see what happened last night. Now, if you will recall, in the last episode I said I was not going to video doing this. And I'm basically not. I've already got the 6 ladders. And the only thing left now is our number 37 here. And it looks like at some time in the past, one of these must have got bent here. I'll put the macro lens on. Now, something else I was noticing right here, number 38, this long ladder. Did I miss something else now? Anyway, I'm going to recompose here, and I am going to show trying to remove this very, very delicate, very, very thin piece of photo etch. I believe that this may well be the most delicate piece of photo etch that I've removed to date. Now, I could be wrong on that. It could be that there were, like, where the rail is on these ones here, it's pretty thin too, but I don't think it's anything like this. Maybe just for the fun of it, I might measure this after we get it nipped off. So let's change lenses here. I'm wondering if maybe if I was to peel it the other way, it might be a little bit less chance of catching on the end and bending it up. So I'll go like this. Yeah, you can see where this right here, it's been bent. And okay, let's as long as we're set up here we go. Okay, I'm going to try and get as close as I can without riding on top of it. Okay, now for this other one here, I'm going to have to swing it around. But we'll catch this one here. It's at the right angle for me. There we go. Okay, I'm just going to spin this whole thing around. It may have flipped out of your field of view there, I don't know, but it's just right here, right beside everything. Okay, there we go. And the other one is right here. Okay, here's where we get to use Tony's wax pencil. Okay, this one right here is the damaged one. Now I think that's the one we should maybe try to measure. That way if I bend it worse, it doesn't really matter. Let's set it over here on the caliper. And this is the good one. Alright, this thing works good. Alright, let's recompose here. And we'll do it in thousandths of an inch. I'll see if I can do it both ways. It may be square, but it may not be. You know, this, maybe I should be using the other caliper. It's a little bit more accurate. This will be good enough. Okay, I'm going to try and hold this so that we can see the display. I can see it real clear because I'm looking straight down on it, but you're coming in at about a 45-degree angle, more or less. So, okay, it's right now the you can see the hook is up. Where's sorry to be getting my, just touch it here, pick it up. Okay, now you can see the hook, okay? Now we'll open it up and we'll do it. Oops, it fell off. Oh. Okay, where's the hook is still up? There we go. So it is 7.5 thousandths that way. Now we'll try it with the hook the other way. So I'm trying to not get it where where it was attached, if you know what I mean. Okay, and the other way it's 6.5. Okay, so call it 6 by 7. Yeah. This thing is working great, Tony. It's working great. Yeah. And to get it to release, you just put it against something and turn the applicator and it falls off. Yeah. Aussie Mark said that he was going to get himself one of these. Well, I think that, yeah, that's a pretty smart idea. Okay. I'm going to go ahead now and get the other two. Now you remember I was saying we only need 3 and we have 4, so the one that was a little bit damaged, unless I damage another one worse, we won't use it. Okay, we'll see you in the morning. Okay, a few sips of coffee later, and here's what's happened. I did go through my plastic bag of empty tins, and I even carefully turned the plastic bag inside out and checked all the folds on the inside and everything. Nope, nothing. Then I remembered that weeks ago I had thrown some little parts into this little tin that I'm saving that we're going to make up our sprue pen, because someone had suggested maybe, grind up some photo etch and put it in there might be kind of nice. So I thought, yeah, I'm saving little pieces. So I checked, and because I remembered there was some little pieces that were very, very similar to what I'm looking for. But they aren't it. These are extra railings for one of the guns. Seems to me there was enough parts to make 4 and we only needed 3. It was that sort of thing. Okay, so after wasting a bunch of time here, I checked the manual, and I'm thinking, because the parts just aren't there. And then I'm realizing, wait a minute, it's not the D sprue, it's the A sprue. Well, here they are. Sort of a sigh of relief, because these platforms are a detail that is going to be noticeable on the side of the ship. That is going to be sort of, you might say, pleasing to the eye. It's a detail you don't want to lose. So, okay, problem solved. Now I'm going to get on with soldering these together, and we'll see you when I'm finished. Oh, and by the way, the sunrise does look nice. Now this morning, I woke up early, checked my comments. In fact, right now it's only 6:31. I've been up for quite a while. And one of the comments was from a viewer named Rusty. And Rusty has commented before, but he was talking about paint. And that got me to thinking about, painting and so on. And remember we were in this room about, 2 weeks ago, and I was talking about that I was maybe going to put a counter all the way around. Well, I'm thinking more and more seriously about that, and here's the latest thought. I'm going to take the little freezer out of here, and I'm thinking of maybe having a U-shaped counter all around the wall, and there's a window here. I think I mentioned that's the window we did the sunrises out of half a year ago. And that window opens up fairly easily, and I was thinking, why not have it set up so my spray booth is more or less permanently set on the counter right here. The window is right there. I could easily make up some sort of a duct so that the exhaust from the spray booth will go up and out the window. Thinking about it now, I could probably even use it in the wintertime. Problem is when that spray booth is such a high volume, it's a low pressure, high volume type thing, those of you that are into that sort of thing. And it will, in order for the paint fumes to go out the window, fresh air has to come into the house from somewhere, and it's going to be seeping ice cold air in. So in the wintertime it might not work out as good as I'd like. But in the summertime or in the warmer weather, it would sure be good. And probably about the time I start wanting to paint the hull on the Rodney, maybe the weather will have warmed up. Now, at the rate I'm going, winter will be here again. I sure hope not. Anyway, that's the latest thinking on this. I'm going to go and I think I commented back to Rodney, or to Rusty rather, that I'm going to check my Humbrol paints that I have from like 45 years ago. Last time I looked at them, they were all still good. And it's possible that I do have a copper colored paint as he suggested, so I'm going to do that later this morning. Okay, once again, you're getting more information than you need. Okay, I have just finished soldering up the last one here. They were slightly different from these, other than the fact that they were a little shorter. Also, the lower platform had an extra little thing on it. Yeah, I was wondering if it was supposed to be maybe folded one way or the other, but I don't think so. I think it's supposed to be straight out. Anyway, today is grocery day. My neighbor just left to pick up the groceries about 15-20 minutes ago, and usually he's back right around now, so we'll see how it goes. And I've got a lot of groceries this time. I buy in bulk, and so what I'm doing is I'm going to have to bag a whole bunch of stuff and get it ready for the freezer. So in other words, I guess what I'm saying here is I don't know how things are going to go today. I may not get too much more videoing done. Like I say, we'll just see how it goes. But in the meantime, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put all these brass parts in the ultrasonic cleaner and try and get the grease from my fingers off them. And that way the paint is going to stick a little better. Being as I'm not going to be using the Stynylrez paint, which sticks really well to photo etch, I'm going to be just using the, I think it's the number 77 we'll be using, the Tamiya 77 we'll be using on this. So it doesn't stick quite as well as the Stynylrez, but it sprays a lot easier. Anyway, we'll see how it goes. Now, a little bit later, my neighbor did get back with the groceries, and just in case there's somebody that doesn't know how this works, well, about a year ago or so, he offered to get my groceries for me, and what he does is he orders them online. He just goes and picks them up. He doesn't even have to go into the store. Anyway, what I do is I email him my order with all the website links and everything for each individual item that I want, and he simply copy pastes it into his order, and the store fills it. They think it's all his order, and then he just drives to the store and he phones them and tells them he's there, and they bring it out and put it in his trunk. He doesn't even have to touch my groceries. Yeah, it's really convenient, and it's really nice of him to offer to do this. He's been doing it now for, I guess, over a year, like I say, and it's working out really good so far. Yeah, we have great neighbors around here. I think I've said that before. Yeah, we have great neighbors. A lot of heavy stuff this time. Till next time. Okay, a lot of stuff has happened here in the last couple hours or so, I guess. And what I did was I cleaned these parts off with the ultrasonic cleaner here, and then I rinsed them off in isopropyl and to get the residue of this Iwata airbrush cleaner off. And then after I was all through, I realized that these two little ladders, which were stuck over there on the masking tape, if you remember, I'd forgotten them. And I'm just trying to get the bubbles off. This stuff is very soapy. In fact, I could probably blow bubbles with it if I wanted to, but I don't want to. Anyway, I don't think I'm going to bother rinsing these two off with isopropyl. I'd already cleaned my little dish out here. And okay, now where are we going with all this paint here? These tins go back to the 80s, literally the mid-80s, when I was doing the Titanic and Lusitania and stuff like that. These two are something that I bought when I first, I think I got them before I even started the Bismarck. I knew what kind of paint I was going to be wanting, and I bought a bunch of paint. And I'm thinking these are probably still good. And what we're looking for is something that looks more like copper than what we've got here. Okay, we've got something that looks sort of gold. It looks more like a polished brass. Well, it looks like these. This is brass. We want something that looks coppery. I'm just sort of wondering if maybe, well, this almost looks more copper, doesn't it? I do believe this is still good. There's, I weighed them a while ago when we first started doing the Bismarck to see how much was in. Yeah, I'd forgotten I did that. Anyway, yeah, you know what? I think we're going to have to do the rest of today in tomorrow's rollback. So thanks for watching, everybody. And all being well, we'll see you tomorrow. Okay, I changed my mind. I am going to rinse them off in the isopropyl. How hard can this be, right? Now we'll see you tomorrow.